What am I going to do? Norwegian, you keep doing this. I can't believe it. I was on the Breakaway a couple of months ago and had a horrible time. I had a rant video about it. I tweeted it out to you. I filled out your forms. You got back to me. And I thought, you know what? Maybe this was a one-off. Maybe I should give them another chance. Maybe I should go back on Norwegian again. And a couple of months later, I was on the Norwegian escape. And I tell you, you did it again.
My name is Stuart. This is Ship to Shore Cruise News. Let's get into it.
That's right, Norwegian. You suckered me back onto your cruise ship on the escape. I gotta say, it's a beautiful ship. Probably one of my favorite layouts. I enjoyed it more than the Joy last year. I gotta say, you did it. You beat my expectations. Right away, once I got on board, well, before I got on board, the check-in process, wow, it was so fast, it was so smooth. It was the same terminal as I've been to before, and everybody there was so great and so wonderful. I went a late embarkation, and you'd think people would be tired? No, everybody was fresh. It was so enjoyable. I get on the ship, had to do that silly in-person muster drill because it was still in place when I did that cruise. I went down to my room once they announced it was ready, and yeah, there's my room steward. He was there. He introduced himself. Very nice fellow. He had this huge long name, and he said, hey, just call me Kay. I'm like, Kay, thank you very much. We looked in. Our room was wonderful. I did a room tour of it. Check it out. And I tell you, I said, Kay, there's 5 of us in this room. You think you could get me a coffee pot? And he goes, you know, you're not supposed to have them in these rooms, but I'll see what I can get for you. And he got me a coffee machine. I couldn't believe it. The service was great. Throughout the entire cruise, everything went well. The service was wonderful. I had only 2 problems in the main dining room, though. First one, I ordered a bottle of wine, my favorite wine, Chenin Blanc, my favorite grape. I ordered it the first night, second night, third night, fourth night, I was told they were out. The next day, I was up on deck, and I happened to bump into the manager of the bars and lounges, and I was chatting with him, and he was telling me how they keep track of it. It's a great system on how they keep track of all the alcohol. And I said, that's wonderful, but you know, he ran out of my wine. And he asked me what kind of wine it was. I told him, and he looked at his little handheld computer. And he goes, oh, okay, what room are you in? So I told him my room, and he goes, what time are you going for dinner and where? And I said, I think it's 8 p.m. at the main dining room. And he goes, okay, we'll take care of you. So it's about 7:45. We're walking towards that main dining room, and there he is. And he's like, oh, hey. Called me over. He goes, everything's taken care of. We're going to take care of you tonight. So we went in, we ordered, and the wine steward came over, and he had a bottle of Chenin Blanc. So was this a case of that waiter being too lazy to go find this bottle? Or maybe he was able to get a bottle from another restaurant that's unlisted? Who knows? But at least they took care of me. Complimentary bottle of wine. It was wonderful. The wait staff in the main dining room through the entire cruise was wonderful, fast, efficient. Food was hot. Food was delicious. Everything was well cooked. The buffet, the food was great. People were there cleaning up. The ship was clean. The ship was tidy. All the staff were happy. I had to go to customer service once. The line was fast. The line was efficient. And I went up there because I had lost my key card on the very first night. That's me. And they were able to help me, no problem. And to be honest, at the end, I gave my room steward a nice big tip. And I had a great cruise. The staff on board was wonderful. It was a great cruise. Now listen, before I go on any further, I gotta tell you about this cruise I was on in January. It was called the Vlogger Extravaganza Cruise. On that cruise, beforehand, you could go and buy this fancy shirt. It's got a little logo. And on the back, Vlogger Extravaganza Cruise 2023 with the different ports and everything. And it was on the Breakaway. It was great. Now, I had a problem with the order with the shirts. My shirts didn't actually show up on time. So I emailed them to complain. I thought I was canceling it. And for some reason or other, they sent me extra shirts. And these shirts have not been opened. They haven't been touched. They actually look nicer than the ones I received initially. So I've got a large and I've got a medium. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give them away to you. Check out my community tab for comments and information how to enter the draw, and I'll be mailing this out to the lucky winner or winners. Just let me know if you'd like a medium or a large in the contest, and all the deals will be there on the community page. Also, remember, like, subscribe, all those funny things that everybody on YouTube is going to be asking. But it's important for me, it doesn't cost you a cent. Also helps me keep you up to date on information that I bring out. In addition to that, more self-promotion here. I like coffee. I really enjoy a good cup of coffee. So help me get a good cup of coffee. Buy me a cup. Take a look. There's a link down below. Click it. Make a donation to help me get a good cup of coffee. So as I was saying, on the cruise, there was only 2 times I had a problem. One was with the wine, and another one, I'd met some friends of mine on board the cruise ship. We ended up having dinner. There were 7 of us at dinner, and the service was quite slow. I think we ended up spending 3 hours for dinner that night. On the plus side, we were enjoying each other's company so much that the time went by with no problem. We really had a good dinner. I had a great time on the Norwegian Escape. If you've been on a cruise line and you've had a bad experience, it might just be that one cruise. Give that cruise line another chance, okay? And I'm not gonna say don't do Carnival, don't do Norwegian, don't do Princess, don't do Holland America, don't do Royal Caribbean. Just remember, everybody's got a bad day. Sometimes the staff, there might have been a major changeover in staff, who knows? But if you've liked a cruise line before, if you had any enjoyment on a cruise but you had bad service, give that cruise line a second chance. It might just be a one-off. I don't know of any cruise line, or I haven't been told of any cruise line that consistently gives bad service. And remember, the cruise is what you make of it. Half of the enjoyment is what you do while you're on the cruise. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, buy me a cup of coffee, and check out the community tab for information on how you can win one of these shirts, be it a large or a medium. Large, medium, never been worn shirts. And remember, get your cruise on.